Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not verse the poor. Make up what I seen to make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red, how they want to see. They didn't can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see. They didn't can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You might show us stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Anvar's fixed road. Anvar's fixed road. She even take photograph and videos and posts of her road fixing. The question we want to ask Anvar's tonight, though, under what portfolio and from what money have you fixed those roads? We're also asking, has Anvar's stolen from or misappropriated the Constituency Development Fund, CDF? Anvar's fixed road, Anvar's fixed road. Is there anything else that Anvar's has done? Those are some of the questions or some of the chit chats we will tonight be going through with Anvar's and the Weeping Willows of East Portland. The JLP Weeping Willows of East Portland. Tonight we will be trying to find out from you and from Anvar's from what money and under what portfolio has Anvar's fixed those roads. Good evening and welcome to the People's Point of View. Thank you for joining us. It is your station, Global TV. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening, welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Like and share the live, please. Hit the like button, whichever platform you are on, both YouTube and TikTok. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Honored, welcome. Welcome, one and all. Call Anvar's then, and the Weeping Willows of East Portland, because we want to find out from them what has Anvar's done in 6 years with 120 million in Constituency Development Fund. So call Anvar's. Let us see if she can account for, or if they will restrict us from using the word account for, substitute to outstanding. Have they enriched themselves out of the public purse? Where did Anvar's brother get all this money to do all these businesses? Could it be misappropriation of the Constituency Development Fund? Or is it blatant fraud or stealing? Anvar's, morning, good evening. Debbie Jervis, good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Sharon Bernard, good evening. Janice Lewis, good evening. Dorothy McCoy, good evening. Gloria Morris, the Unstoppable One, good evening. Janet Brissett, good evening and welcome. Amanda Gale, Colleen, Violet Watson, good evening. Winifred Sanders, Norman Ferguson, Ladybug, Colleen Richards, Joan Dawkins, good evening. Who else is there here? Josette Williams, good evening. Daphne Jackson, Aringo, good evening. Ladybug, 123, God bless. Good evening. Pamela Akola, Annie Jones, Abina Sarkodi, Delroy Henry. Good evening. Estina Tyne, Betty Lee Gordon. Good evening. Good evening, TikTok. How are you all doing? Quite a lot of you over here, TikTok. Can I go through so much name on TikTok this evening? Mercy me, my God. TikTok, one of those hold me guilty. No, man, I don't even find a holy pound. Good evening, everybody on TikTok. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. Can somebody call Anvar's, please? Can somebody call Anvar's? Because we want to find out from Anvar's tonight. Because she will come out, because everybody is singing Anvar's the road, Anvar's the what road? Trevor Perkins. And from what money has Anvar's fixed roads? The money that is distributed to MP, the major part of it is what is called the Constituency Development Fund. And that money have to be spent for specific as dictated. So we want to know from Anvaz where you get the money from to fix the road them where you walk and claim say you fix. That is what we want to know tonight. Where does that money come from? And where does Anvaz get the portfolio from to fix road? There are specific things that the Constituency Development Fund can be used for. And fixing major road, as Anvaz is making it out or boasting about, is not one of them. So if it is that Anvaz has used money from the CDF to do major road project, that would be misappropriation of the CDF. That would be misappropriation of the CDF. Now, roads in our country are divided into two. When you don't mind the labor rights, them. You always going to have dunce people. That's a balance to we bright people in our life. The roads in our country are divided into two, or local roads and our major roads, or what Andrew Holness like to call them, our major thoroughfare. Or local roads are fixed by local government, your parish council. They have the responsibility of your local roads. Then our major thoroughfare comes under the National Works Agency, a ministry, on a sub-ministry rather, under the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation in the Office of Plenty Ministry. So I go. That non-portfolio minister is Nestor Morgan. Andrew Holness, the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, have the oversight for that. So your major roads between Andrew and Nestor, their responsibility. Your local roads, local government. I hope even the dunce labor rights can get the understanding of what I've just explained, isn't it? So that is why we raise a question, given how all it is that Anvaz and his people, her people rather, in East Portland have to talk about is Anvaz fixed road. The question is, what else has Anvaz done out of $120 million of Constituency Development Fund? She's been there for 6 years. They get about $20 million a year for Constituency Development Fund. That would lead her up to 120 million Jamaican dollars. On a system, I get like a good upper maths. What has Anvaz done with that money? Did Anvaz use that money to fix roads while other projects which the Constituency Development Fund ought to be spent on staff? Only Anvaz can answer that question. But certainly, one thing we know, her brother and some of her counselors have become rich out of that same money. Parasites of the public purse. Now, what's your dears? They said he went to speak to him there, and he advised him there of what sits, and then that's about it. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you just don't know. the Constituency Development Fund and what it ought to be used for. Anvars. The Constituency Development Fund and what it ought to be used for. And that's $120 million per year. Now we're going to look at the 5 specificities headline that the Constituency Development Fund can be used for. And if you're brighter than anybody that works at Nationwide, you will be able to work out whether the money has been stolen or misappropriated or has been fraudulently used. Labor rights. Because I want to suffer, you know. And I'm going to tell you why. Hungry belly, led on your knees by your long gut labor rights, have suffered. Because this money, when Anvars and our councillor and mayor misappropriated, stolen, and defrauded, that was money to develop your community and give you opportunity. Crawl on your knee, labor rights. Now, you have education and training. We're going to tell you the 5 different headlines of what CDF can be used for. Education and training. Then after that, we look at the sub-bits below them. Social welfare, economic development, community infrastructure, youth and sport. Now we're going to look at the sub under all of these headings. Under education and training, CDF can be used for school fee assistance, textbook and uniform, skills and training programs. Those are the things that CDF can be used for under the headline of education and training. Then you move to social welfare. Help for the elderly, poor and vulnerable families, medical and health urgencies. So those are what it can be used for under the social welfare arm of things. Now, that's number 1 and number 2. Number 3 and number 4 is where most of the money gets stolen or misappropriated or defrauded. You have economic development, small business, startup support, farming, fishing, or community enterprise. Now, under that area is where a lot of the money get stolen. This is how Anvar's brother leaves St. Elizabeth to become her campaign manager and became rich. Trucks, bulldozer, backhoe, roller, and all that. Security companies at Blue Lagoon, at the hospital. Under that economic development area, Anvars has enriched her brother. But you, the creeping on your knees labor rights who like to come to people page and show slurs, you haven't benefited to be given the opportunity to start a small business or to do to develop, whether you've been your fishing or your farming or whatever that could upgrade your social status. You have lost out on that benefit. And Anvar's brother has enriched himself in many different ways. Security company, Chuck Backhoe. Similarly, with Shani Green, it's under these area that she has enriched herself. Black Factory, insurance company, truck, backhoe, grader. The same counselor, and turn around after using the CDF and enriching themselves that way. She still turn around and get contract from the same government resources. Why you think them a drive out chuck and roll and bulldozer out of East Portland? Because that was where your constituency development fund money went into. Without you get the benefits of it. Now let's move on to community infrastructure. And this is where we're going to talk about roads and how Anvaz would have misappropriated the constituency development fund if she claimed to have fixed these long stretch of road, and these long stretch of road are not being fixed by the National Works Agency, which have the portfolio for them. So under community infrastructure number 4, you have minor road repairs, sport ground, community center, bus shed, street lighting, drains, and sidewalk. So under the community infrastructure, where it says minor road repair, that's what the constituency development fund can be used for, like patching a pothole or patching a breakaway or so on. Not to fix yards and miles of road though, as Anvaz would make it out, as Anvaz and her team continues to sing the tune. Anvaz fix road, look pan the road, look how she give a road. But can you say though, from number 1 to 4 that we have gone through, no, have you, the people of Eastern Portland, benefited in any way of what I have read out to you from number 1 to 4? Let's look at youth and sports. Sponsorship of youth club and sport teams, summer camps and training workshops. Have you benefited? If you did not know labor rights, Scott, just like D.R. Blake, you tend to don't know much of how things are done. If you didn't know how the constituency development fund is being used, now you know. Ask Anvaz the question, where did you get the money from to fix these roads that you're talking about? Because a Andrew for Bospan, if so be the case, a Andrew road, not Anvaz road, it don't come out of Anvaz budget. And we never hear Anvaz open our mouth in a parliament for lobby for the road. We know though that there's video footage out there where Dr. Bloomfield led the people of East Portland in protest to have that road fixed by the National Work Agency. Isn't it, Anvaz? So where did Anvaz get the money from to fix the roads she's boasting about? Is Anvaz saying to us that I have used the constituency development fund to do other things when I should have used it to develop the constituency in these various ways that I've just outlined to you? And can you say, East Portland, people of the weeping willows of East Portland who are talking about Anvaz the road, Anvaz do road. From the 120 millions she would have received in constituency development fund in the last 6 years, other than roads, which she shouldn't have been doing from the constituency development fund, what has she done? I mean, you're not talking about anything but road, but road, but road. One of the way how the constituency development fund is being bled, especially people like Shanique Green. So she knows that Anvaz fool and backwards. What she do, she would just go to Anvaz with a so-called project, and their old dimwit would sign off on that project. When Shanique Green get the money, Shanique Green go spend it on for her own self. This was one of the brouhaha with them and Anvaz when Anvaz start to campaign and find out say, but she who have the oversight and a sign off on these money never know where the money is going. So them have a face off up at Anvar's office one night because when she start to do her constituency tour about, she realized some of the things where she disbursed money for, they weren't done. So that is how Shani Green and Anvar's brother get them enrich themselves out of the CDF. How much of you young people in East Portland can say Miss Vaz has helped me, has given me grant to start a small business? How much of you can say Miss Vaz had invested in my farming or in my fishing? Because those are the things she get the money to do, isn't it? How much has Anvaz done for the elderly? How much have she done for the school children in East Portland? So she have come out come Bospan Road where she don't get budget for. The road that Anvaz is boasting about, Anvaz don't get budget for it. So if Anvaz is using the constituency development fund to do road to solicit votes, it's misappropriation. Minor. The only thing the CDF can be used for under the community infrastructure banner is minor road repair. Minor, not major, not fixing or resurfacing major road. No, that is misappropriation. So is she taking work? Is she taking credit for Andrew Holness's work? Or is it that she has misappropriated the CDF by fixing road? So Anvaz need to come and tell us the road where them a cry over, the road where labor rights or whoever she fit dig up back. Can you account for the 120 million, Anvaz? 120 million in 6 years. Remember when my lady they leave, you know? We did hear so she couldn't account for whole heap. What's him I call her? Marsha Stewart. She couldn't account for tantamount either. But while you the people, while you the people are jumping about and hooting and tooting and protecting Anvars. Hooting and tooting and protecting Anvars. Up until now, Uno can't come out and tell us what you have benefited. I want to just pause a minute to thank two of my donors, Violet and Marie. Thank you very much for your donation. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. So we want transparency and accountability from these people where them are both past something where them are total lie about. Anvars has no Anvars has no portfolio to do the road. You see Anvars dancing and boasting and taking picture about. D girl, if you just reach, I've explained before. There's two bits or roads are divided into. MPs does not have the responsibility for roads. Or local roads is parish council responsibility. So that's done by our councils for local roads. Major roads is done by the cabinet department, the National Works Agency. Those are the two ways we get our roads fixed. Those are the two entities that have budget to do major road work based both on or local and major road. Within the MP's constituency development fund, they can do minor road repairs such as patching a pothole, so on and so forth, but they do not have a budget for major road work. So if it is that she is doing or has done major road work from the budget that she would receive, constituency development fund, she would have misappropriated that money because that money can be used for the specified reasons as you can see on the screen. So she need to tell us, are you taking credit for Andrew Holness's work? Or is it that you have misappropriated the CDF in order to do what is not in your portfolio? Because MP don't have portfolio for road. It's the government, it's central government and local government that looks after those areas. Rather, what they are to be telling us is how Anvars has used those money in the way they should have been used, such as when it comes to economic development, because this is how the constituency development fund make some people in the community life better, put some, at least somebody with ambition and idea on the ladder. So that money under the economic development, it's to assist people with the small businesses and startup support for those things, for them farming, for them fishing, and any little community enterprise. That's how you improve people's life using that money, not to fix road. You use those money to help for school and medication grant and things like that are to help the elderly under the social welfare bit. Under the education and training, you help to pay, you give school fee assistant, textbook, uniform assistance, and sponsoring skill training program and all of that. The little they have to do with road is minor road repair, like patching a pothole and so on, under the community infrastructure. Now, the road where share both span wouldn't fall under community infrastructure out of the CDF fund. So she need to tell us how the CDF, if it is that she give the people them road and she vote them out and them vote her out, how have you used the constituency development fund to improve their life? So in some areas they put up Wi-Fi, and I heard would not come under that. No, Wi-Fi that come under government ministry that Darrell Vaz operates. So that not come under constituency development fund. The Ministry of Telecommunications and all that brouhaha has a budget for the whole Wi-Fi malarkey and all of that. That has nothing to do with the constituency development fund. That falls under her husband ministry. So this is how they misinform you when you don't understand how government operate or what different sector of them all should be doing. So they can, Andrew can come both span the road, and Vaz can come both span it, Michelle Charles can come both span it, and that's how they play the people. That is how they play the people. Even when none of them do it, them take the credit for it. The collective responsibility applied to the cabinet, it don't generally apply to the Labour Party. So the cabinet, they can take credit for one another, whatever one another do. But the party, the MP them outside our cabinet can have their own views. So Michelle and taking credit for Andrew Holness Road and just a talk about road, so without being able to explain to the public in all these areas that you're seeing on screen that I have just explained. How have you used the CDF to improve your constituency in that way, particularly for Anne, who we're dealing with tonight? In the last 6 years, you would have received 120 million of CDF. So, we not hear no talk about all of them things where the CDF money should do. Me not hear Anvaz and our people them run around and talk about that, because that's the money that Anvaz's brother Shani Green and Mayor Mats enrich themselves out of. Projects here, projects there, Anvaz sign off on the money, and then the money just get pocketed and go into for them own coffers, develop themselves. Now a person like Shani Green and Anvaz's brother, after them get money out of the CDF to build up them business, truck grader, black company and all sort. When there's a little road work in the constituency, them same one get back the contract with them bulldozer and them backhoe and all of that. So your money is just going around in one tiny little circle. And the people, the constituency overall, who should benefit from that money, that 20 million on an annual basis. It's just going into them. So come out here, dance and talk about road. Tell us how you have used the constituency development fund. Because another road, make them vote you out. It's what you have not done with the constituency development fund. And a whole heap of them steal from the constituency development fund through that very method. Them only give to them friend, family, and so on and so forth. Them ignore poor people. Whole heap of people in the constituency them know say, when them go to these MP's office, they literally just get the runaround. Or some of the MPs are very partisan with that fund. Rather than disbursing it equally, you come because you need help. You're not being helped because you're a PNP or you're a JLP, or you're not being refused help because you're a PNP or a JLP. Because the fund is for the constituency, whether you are JLP or PNP, it's taxpayers' money. How has Anvaz, we're asking tonight, used $120 million in the last 6 years in the constituency? And we don't want to hear about road, because we already tick off and make you know, say, Anvaz don't have the portfolio or budget to fix road. So if it is that Anvaz fix road out of the CDF, that's misappropriation. Is it that Anvaz don't know how the CDF to be used? Is it that she cannot read or understand how the CDF money are to be used? Are they just blatant thieves? Are them never know, say, with the invent of social media, we're going to pay more and closer attention to them? No. This is the money. This is how they don't have no sense. Our device note there. This is the very same money they claim they're going to staff ISAT off. We don't know how much time Andrew will end up in a court. This is the same money, because this, remember, they say, not to worry because a them party in a power and still I go get the money to do everything. CDF can only be disbursed to members of parliament, not MP candidate, MP take care of MP or whatever you call them. Cannot be disbursed to them. If the government disburse constituency development fund in that way, then the government would be committing a fraud on its own self. Because constituency development fund disbursed to the sitting MP. So even the nonsense where them attack, even if Andrew or them have it in them intention, they would be just setting up themselves for legal challenges that they would not be successful in, may I add.
Done with Isaac. You might go come like he never did win him. I go carry the day mama push him out. Remember, say me tell you that. Yeah, if you think we done yet, oh, we not done. You know, so them have to go back for your blood clot oil pump. If your blood clot water commissioner say work hard yesterday, because them have to go back for the oil pump. Yeah, because we take it.
Right. Then take the new pump. This is another thing with public resources. That pump is not from Mrs. Vaz's pocket. That pump they're referring to in the voice note is not from Mrs. Vaz's pocket. It is from you, the taxpayer's pocket. So if Anvaz lose, she don't have to do it be a mistake back pan way. And I go take back the pump where no come out of your pocket, is out of your taxpayers' money. If the councillors don't want to work with ISAT, tough for them. But they have their budget from local government as well. But as how Shani Green and Mayor Matz has done to steal money from the CDF going to Anvaz, and I'm responding to the girl question. Go to Anvaz with project and get the money signed off, but the thing has not been done. They can still go work with ISAT in that way, but what they cannot do with the watchful eyes of ISAT Buchanan, they cannot do whatever they want with that money as they're doing now. They would have to have a well signed off project, and I'm sure ISAT will have proper oversight of how that money is being spent. But them cheat Anvaz like the loggerhead that she is when it comes to the CDF, both the Dunce Mayor Mats and Shani Green. They really cheat her like a loggerhead when it comes to how the CDF was disbursed. So they can work with ISAT because that's how government work. It's yet to see how they will get out of their feelings. But one thing they're not going to be able to do, like how then just get the money from Anvaz and go off and do whatever they want, they're not going to be able to do that if they go to ISAT with money for a project and that is signed off on. They're not gonna be able to steal the money like that because all of them are afraid of prison dealing with ISAT Buchanan. So yeah, I go see less of the CDF get wasted or stolen.
New pump, so no worry, water problems just start. By the time we know the old pump, by the time next week it had broke down and water gone to 1 3 and 4 and road. Right back at stage one we are go. Yeah? So you know worry himself. And we know what you know worry himself. The height at attack, we are gonna make sure that we are gonna keep track of everything because we are gonna bring him right down the ground. Because he not have no money. Yeah, we are all that either when I big up himself and all I promise them when I promise people. We are gonna start taking to social media now because we are gonna want them anything you see 1 month pass. And you see next month come and done. We can start go up on social media and the social.
These are the same people, who cannot explain to you what Anvaz has done with 120 million in 6 years. How they have benefited other than creeping on their knees out of Anvar's office for $2,000 when them can't get it. How Anvar has helped them to develop their business. How have she improved those who are doing farming and fishing? Those are things that the CDF ought to be used for. How has she assisted young people with training program, with sports, and all of that? Those are the things that the CDF can be used for and ought to be used for. So the road come with something else. It is why the people them vote her out. if you don't know, let me finish this video, then tell Anvaz the other reason why she was voted out.
Tell me that page, man. All I promises then we make, we have those clippings, and we're going to make sure it's for the rest of 4 years. All of them, we're going to roll him to them as labor right. So you know what he said. Don't make promises you can't keep, and we're going to make sure of that. And anytime you see him circle long, you may make sure my friend ain't got back river. But if I the land, the dirty, the clear mud there, and we are going to do like what it happened the last time. I mean, we think we no plan for him. When we go back river, we find even dandemite. We are going to go dandemite clear mud. And make clear mud, we run in a grand again nearly 2 years. Watch we on him. And make him find resolution for people get clean pipe water. Watch we are with Isaac. So if you feel like say you might have a nice run here, tell him say get ready because it's going to be a rugged roller coaster scene.
Now, Miss Vaz and the Weeping Willows. One of the other reasons Vaz get voted out. When the constituency had Dr. Bloomfield was a very relatable man to the constituency. He understands them understand him, and he related himself to them. After the brutal murder of Dr. Bloomfield, and the man jump over the court balcony and run in the direction of downtown and never be seen or heard of again, Darrell Vaz, Andrew Holness, and the security services and the courts. There come Ann Vaz, and the people could not relate to her. She come with a stuck up nose, a tight up face, and a stinking attitude. Coupled with that, she came with a barrage of dunceness. So the business community and the affluent sector of East Portland couldn't relate to her. The constituency of East Portland has long been waiting for an MP that they can relate to, as they could have related to Dr. Bloomfield. And Vaz did not get the constituency because people voted for her. Darrell Vaz used over 100 million in 2019 to buy that constituency for his wife, including 14 million which was paid to Digicel to get them phone lists for the sector of Portland to campaign with. I would then use and call up people and coerce them and buy them vote and all of that. So she never really did it for no good reason other than them couldn't buy them way to the seat. After the husband had Dr. Bloomfield brutally slain. The people of East Portland want to move on now. Ann Vaz, so should she. Move on without complaint. Just like how you get the 120 million and you are them who are having an hissy fit. You are them who have hissy fit. Cannot explain how that 120 million has been spent in the constituency. Those are the things you should be able to be pointing to. But you know, point to anything of that sort. You just walk and point to road. So where Ann Vaz get the money from for fix road? Has Anvaz misappropriated the constituency development fund? Or them blatantly steal it? Like how we know her brother left from St. Elizabeth come be our campaign manager, and him have all sort of business in East Portland now. Him have all sort of assets in East Portland now. And all he is his sister's campaign manager. How him get so rich? East Portland labor rights. How Anvar's brother gets so rich? Look at Shani Green, Anvar's counselor. I just want to hear she become a counselor. But she has been enriching herself from the constituency development fund from she been working with Anvaz. So I don't know where the history fit about. And I can't be transparent to us. Like how Darrell Vaza come tell us yesterday or whenever that I'm being transparent because one of the driver told me that he had 14 speeding violations. But Darrell Vaz still cannot be transparent about the invoice of the buses for the $1.4 billion or for the $25 million when used to buy tires for the new bus them, or the amount of money him spend in mechanical work and retrofitting for the new bus them. But when we talk about how the country money is being misappropriated or stolen, we hear say we are labor right. We hear say we are PNP. We hear say we bad mind. We hear say we evil. The amount of business Shani Green, startup, black factory, insurance company. I think she have poker box as well. So what? No young people in the constituency. She have trucks also. None of young people in the constituency no want to go out of life. Anvar's brother have backhoe, truck, bulldozer, security company, roller. So no young people in a Portland no want the opportunity to get a little foot panel leather. And after they steal from the CDF and enrich themselves, one of the other thing they go on to do is block food out of the private man mouth. Because all of those contracts that them other like a private man with them chuck or them backward grader wouldn't get. Shani Green and Anvar's brother, those are the people who are getting those contracts now. And when you come out here, sorry. Look at how you've been played, people of East Portland. And when you come out here, I come talk about Anvar's fixed road. And the people them vote out. And the people them ungrateful. You should all be glad when you get rid of a thief and a more honest man come there. We can use that 20 million a year time to invest in you and your community, to help some of these young people to start up businesses, to help train some of these people to meet the modern day workforce, to assist those who have hardship when it comes to education and health care. How much have you used that money, Anvaz, to help your constituency? rather than enriching your counselor and your brother. They can't count me and him. The me and him will take a $10. And out of the $10, he can give somebody $50 out of it, and then he can give another one $25. Not something we may make up on him, and him count it, tell we on radio. The mayor that managed to share $10 between two people and he give one $50 out of it, and then he give the other one $25. That mayor buy Range Rover and Mercedes Benz and all sorts. Walk on up in bill at every bar. Use it to abuse young girl and to buy fur burger like Floyd Green. That is how your money is being used. That is how your money has been wasted. But I'm sure they can't do those things with Isaac Buchanan. They cannot. Anything they might take money for, the community must benefit from it. It's something that they do all the while. They award their special people. All of those come out of the Constituency Development Fund. Parish Council not provide money for them thing there. These people, the Constituency Development Fund is a joyride. Especially for a crooked politician. The Constituency Development Fund is like a joyride for them. You know how much that could help the community. I think it's from that same money as well they can assist with burial. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. The burial fund comes under that, or the burial fund is a separate money. But I think the burial fund falls under that as well. But that money disbursed to MP, they've taken it for a joyride. It was the same way Marsha Stewart. Same way Marsha Stewart did a joyride the Constituency Development Fund as well. These people are thieves. So if Anvaz claims that she fixed road, she must come tell us where you get the money from. Did you misappropriate CDF? Or are you taking credit for Andrew Holness's work? But certainly we know, so you don't have the portfolio nor the budget to fix road. So something would have gone wrong if Anvaz can, the only thing Anvaz can walk and boast about is the road.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not first and for. Make up what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw and stone, filling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta, can't sell it out, I sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta, I sell out, I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the right. You might go and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, you might go and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let him hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, bring him and show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black bring him and show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Now, I have not verified any source yet, but there are some reporting that Wayne Cameron, the police officer association man who is in the debacle with the man with the DR title, has been granted an injunction by the Supreme Court. You know, Kevin dismiss him and all that jazz, and he'll say he's ready for the fight. So there is a reporting that says he has received an injunction from the Supreme Court. That I cannot verify yet, but such a reporting is out there. War. Andrew Holness will be sworn in on Tuesday. And Andrew Holness has sent the ECJ out at cafe. Andrew Holness has sent the ECJ out after cafe. Hold on there. Okay, someone is verifying to me that the story is true, that Wayne Cameron has received an injunction. But Cafe has put, the ECJ has just put out a story. And then, this would be coming from Andrew Holness, who have oversight of the ECJ. The Electoral Commission of Jamaica has rejected a claim by Citizen Action for Free and Fair Election Cafe implying that voters were turned away and not allowed to vote despite being in line at 5 p.m., close of the poll for September 3 general election, and is demanding that CAFE make a complete withdrawal of the statement. When I start, have to be very careful with the vase. We know, Sharon, we know how the vase them stay. So Andrew Holness is demanding that ECJ CAFE withdraw their what them observing. So you see, say, nobody in our country don't have no independence. And in the last 3 hours, the People's National Party have put out a flyer. They'll be having a press conference tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Jamaica time. 11 a.m. Jamaica time, our time for that for me. About 5 in the evening. Yeah, 5 in the evening my time. So they're having a press conference that would be with Dayton Campbell, Mark Golden, and the attorney, Anthony Hilton. That would be interesting to see tomorrow because Anthony Hilton is the party's legal advisor. So it be interesting. I think I'm going to cover that press conference tomorrow evening as well. But Andrew Holness and the ECJ is asking CAFE to withdraw the statement. So the ECJ only here say CAFE put out that statement since the general election. Are they saying to us that this is the first they're hearing about it, make them just come out today and just go visit Kwasho. And just go visit Kwasho this evening. And Andrew go swearing Tuesday, the Tuesday, what, the 15th, because the last time election and the third parliament reconvene on the 15th. Oh, Tuesday is the 16th. So, swearing in Aguan the 16th, just a day after the last, the last general election. So Andrew want to make sure that the independent observers of our election withdraw their statement because they didn't see what they told us they saw, Andrew Holness. And you must retract your statement before me swearing. So is the Prime Minister saying, like, everybody open their mouth in this country, tell lie upon Andrew Holness? And it's not just the CAFE, Gospel Brown, and Andrew Holness that is saying that. People who were in the line are saying it. Eh? People who were in the line was saying it. So it's not that CAFE is making up that story and come to us with something. They say 21% of the 100% of polling station they've observed across the country. They had that concern. What you say, a bad man, them bad man? Or them a PNP? Or them just evil like the rest of it when we open our mouth and talk about law and order in our country? let's go back to this. The fashionisha, the fashion war in our schools with principal and our children. You all say, what Andrew Holness got to do with this? Every darn thing. Everything. The Prime Minister, whether you think so or not, sets the moral and ethical code for our country. Now, even on this recent campaign, the Prime Minister was campaigning with Andrew Holness badness, you know that song, and government badness, you know him dubplate them. He was campaigning, the Prime Minister was still campaigning with the violent musics, the one Andrew Holness badness, the government badness. Those are the things that we should look at when we think children in big pants and long skirt, that will change their behavior. When the Prime Minister who sets the moral code for the country operate fully dunceness and government badness. So rather than going after the children, them uniform and them hairstyle, let us as a country look at it from top down. How MPs and councillors are above the law. How a police officer can tap you upon road and treat you. They can't treat a MP or a councillor, so because a call will go up to the Minister of National Security and you get told about yourself or you get moved into the wilderness of forgetfulness. No, the tie their head would be a total objection. My issue really is the height where them hair should be cut at. They should be allowed to wear afro. They should be allowed to wear dreadlocks. They should be allowed to wear plaits and cane rows. It shouldn't be a problem. If our boys or our girls want to wear plait, cane rows, China bump, afro, Rastafarian, it shouldn't be a problem. That's not what education is about. So when we have a society, we not set example for our children them, and we have all sort of violent music, we have a over violent social media. We've seen upon we start make people get killed live on social media. We do it. And then we want the children them to walk in the light of God. But we are walking Satan's darkness. How to work out them two things there together? Teacher never have to emphasize upon discipline when we are at school. When justice sit on our table and justice look over our eyeglass, the entire school fell silent. No care what we are do. And once you hear the name, justice, because that's what we used to call our principal, because she was also a justice of the peace. When you hear the word justice, the entire school fell silent. They all always stand up like a soldier, boy or girl. Them time the discipline were observed because the teachers and principal and community around us weren't behaving like what we have today. So until we address that, the children them are going to continue to emulate society, and the worse our society get, it's likely the worse for our children to become. So we need to look at the cause rather than the effect. Look at the cause rather than the effect. At the moment, we are looking at the symptoms. Go to the root cause of the problem. Cousin Wagwan, go to the root cause of the problem if we are to address the real problem of discipline and behavior and moral breakdown in our schools. We have to look at the societal problem. And it starts with the prime minister who sets the moral code for the country. A prime minister who is wallowed in corruption and scandal, mates and wifes and two-timings and concubines, and the badman government, the clerks wearing all of these things matters, don't you think? All of them conjure up together that forms the ills of society with the social media, the mainstream media, the movies, and the violent music that them always hear, either shooting after them or Batman or going up under their mothers and sisters. Children live what they learn. So if we want them to do better, we have to set the examples for them to follow. Don't expect your children to be Jesus Christ's grandchild when you're not Jesus Christ's child. And also it works. We have our priority backwards by focusing on fashion. The same fashion where Andrew Holness use and win election. We not walk and chop off Jamaica people picnic head, principals, and the criticizing audience all over social media who are jug down these children. A fashion and wholeness take and win the election 2016. A fashion in take and win the election 2020. And they still come back with fashion in a 2025. And we not worry about picking a belt buckle at school. Don't you principals have anything to do? Don't you principals have lesson plan to set? Never mind. Maybe it's me that have it totally wrong. It could be that. Because remember, I'm skewed up to a point where maybe me just get it wrong. But even if I'm getting it wrong, I think looking at it a different way might help. Because the turning them away from school, it's not working. It's not changing anything. It's just repeating and repeating and repeating. How about trying something else? Principals? How about intervention from the government? Dana Morris Dixon? Anyway, we chatted up for one night. We'll go our bed. But ask Ann Vaz where she get money from for fix road. And who give her portfolio to fix road. And ask Ann Vaz where the 120 million in constituency development fund, where they, what you do with it? How has your constituency benefited Ann Vaz from that 120 million you would have received from taxpayer money in the last 6 years? And them question that if you answer stop dance and Gillant about the one road where all it takes is two drunken man for piss hard panny after drinking a cup of beer and the pothole them start surface again. Woman, move and go on. The people them they want to get rid of you a long time. You know how long the business community and the affluent people of Portland, East Portland, want somebody to relate to? The only thing Ann Vaz is known to say is present. We've heard it for 6 years. Move on. Go on. You capital dunce. We should have tattooed dunce bat over your forehead. Heights of great men. while their companion were sleeping. Which school you learn that? Go on back at Jamal. You're thieving up from the public resources and Vaz. Use some of it and go on back a private Jamal. Some bright student from Titchfield or somewhere we earn a little dash out of sit down and giving you an hour of evening class at evening time. Maybe the next time you get a job, you would do better rather than taking photographs and videos and making a fool of your absolute selves. Thank you very much for being here this evening on The People's Point of View. Please do join us back tomorrow morning. We might come on a bit earlier because we want to come on and then break off to come back on 5 o'clock for the People's National Party Conference. So please do join us tomorrow morning. We probably come on about 6 a.m. your time tomorrow, Eastern time. So we can do a quick hour, then take a break and come back on for the People's National Party press conference, because it would be interested to know what they would be advancing in tomorrow's press conference. Thank you for your time. If you are new to the program, please give us a follow so when we go live, you certainly will get our notification. And if you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe and hit the like button before you go. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Join us back tomorrow morning when we continue the fight for a better Jamaica. Good night.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rub and cheat and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan. Make him a throw and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the right. You might throw and stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. You might throw and stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. I was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.